Hey guys, let's today discuss a whole bunch of different ways that you could use minifigure leg elements in your MOCs. These Lego pieces are surprisingly versatile and actually have a whole bunch of different uses. So let's break down a whole bunch of MOCs that do it very, very well. Let's get started. This first MOC we've got today is called Beaver and it's by Muriel Dudas. So here this MOC uses minifigure leg pieces as little hands and little feet for a really well-designed little beaver MOC here. It's great to see the natural posability of these pieces being put to great use. It almost looks like his little fingers are about to wrap around the wood so that he can eat it, and it looks like his little toes are really touching the ground there as well. So interesting to note that they can be used so well as feet or hands on any type of MOC, whether you're building a larger robot or a bionicle or any type of animal like this. They're pretty useful for that. Also, I only just noticed the minifigure leg pieces are being used as teeth on the beaver as well. Another really fantastic design for that. That's really cool. The next MOC is by Sir Valiant and it's called Medieval Furniture. So here we can see those leg elements. They've been taken out of the sprue that holds them together, which you could argue is an illegal technique, but I would also argue it looks fantastic when you do so. And we can see that they've been used at the top of this bookshelf here to create some really nice ornate detailing. You see some very similar textures on a whole bunch of more ornate looking furniture. And I think the natural look of the minifigure leg element when they're placed together like that really effectively represents that. And you could very easily use those pieces on a whole bunch of different furniture elements, bookshelves, chairs, maybe even the legs on a table or something. They're a very versatile piece and they fit the kind of natural textures that you normally see on furniture very well too. So it's a very nice use for those parts. Another great example you could do is by Jordan and it's called Table Scrap Tutorial number 3, Crossbow Openings. I think this is a really awesome study of the different shapes and designs you can get with these pieces here. It creates this really beautiful looking castle window design, or even just a more sort of interesting shape within the negative space that these pieces create. You could of course lay them out in different ways as well and get different sort of shapes and patterns. And in this image here, of course, we can see that Jordan's also done a similar cross design, simply using snot elements, some plates, and some tiles to create this cross effect. It's interesting to note that these two designs are very similar in nature, but because both of the pieces have very different shapes to them, they produce very different results. So if you're looking for a really interesting castle window design, this is definitely a really good one that you could use yourself. This next MOC here is a fantastic one. It's by Jason Piet and it's called Haunted House Ride. So first off, this MOC is just spectacular, but let's take a closer look at the brickwork at the bottom of this fantastic haunted house. We can see that a fabulous brick texture is created through the repeated use of these minifigure leg pieces. And Jason here has changed up the colors, occasionally using tan or changing between the different shades of gray, and it creates a very nice kind of weathered, aged look to these bricks as well. It definitely adds to that haunted house aesthetic. But I think what's so awesome about this design is not only does it look like a brilliant brick wall texture, but also it's a part that you could very easily get in bulk. If you have a whole bunch of random minifigures lying around that you never use, maybe a whole bunch of their minifigure legs could be put to good use on some type of brick wall texture. Something to think about at least. But what a fantastic MOC and what a fantastic technique using those pieces as well. The second last MOC we've got today is by Lego Hobbit Fan and it's called The Fellowship of the Ring Frodo. So this is a fun little vignette showcasing Frodo sitting on a little hill here, but this little waterfall design using these minifigure leg pieces like this is fantastic. It's great to see them connected into each other like this, and it's great to see the natural curvature that they've got being put to good use to look like an awesome waterfall design. Certainly if you've got a bunch of blue legs lying around, you could create a fantastic waterfall effect with them. And last but not least, we've got a MOC by Little John and it's called Cleaning Up the Competition. So this MOC was made for the Iron Forge competition and it uses minifigure leg pieces in a whole bunch of different ways. Let's go through them now. So the first use is on the toothbrush. You can see it being used as a little bit of toothpaste in trans blue there. There's also some being used on the handle of the soap dispenser. There's a whole bunch of them being used on the comb, as well as there's also one on the handle of the comb as well. There's 8 of them being used for the faucet handles. And finally, those faucet handles are being held up once again by even more minifigure legs. So fantastic to see just the wide variety of usages that you can do for them. And especially if you want to do something really out the box and build a life-size Lego diorama like this, these pieces definitely come in handy. What a great way to use those pieces. So that's been a whole bunch of different ways that you could use minifigure leg pieces in your MOCs. If you're looking for a few more tips and tricks with your Lego bricks, be sure to head over to Tips and Bricks over on Instagram and Facebook, and you can see a whole bunch of other Lego related tips over there there. Additionally, be sure to check out some of the other tips and bricks related videos on my channel, and you can see even more ways that you could use pieces in creative ways. But that's it for today, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.